All right. Here we are this evening. Welcome, gentlemen. I got some members of the Capital City Amateur joining me. I'm Jacob Bridges, the director of the Capital City Amateur. We're here to tour talk. It's our trophy and award ceremony from the Olympia contest that we had at Rattlesnake Ridge Golf Club, held on Sunday, August 1st. Today is August 2nd. Let's get right into some of the agenda of what we're here to discuss today. So a lot of recap. So we had 78 players at our event. We awarded in total of a excess of $4,600 in prize. We had a medalist in the event out of our Nicholas flight, back-to-back medalist, Cody Lyons. Kind of subpar effort out of you, Cody. You were 3 under last time. What's going on, man? So we had 7 flights contested, each crown of them champions. We'll kind of touch on the Capital City point standings and our next revision for handicaps. The monthly revision will be held tonight. If not, going into tomorrow, you'll see that soon. 45 of the 78 members that played were reward members, banking $675 on the contest, totaling almost $6,000 to date. Our Westerville, backing up, our low net contest, 80% handicap, sponsored by Westerville Golf Center. We awarded our 2 contestants that were the first and second place winners unplaced in their flight. That was Austin Cott and Preston Harris. Got a little plug out there for the social media. Recommend us. It's a win for everyone. We'll touch on our Olympia contest, like I kind of previewed, our head-to-head low net stroke play, and then obviously the attention that we have here in what we discuss is our social media drawing and what's next in landing on our tour championship. A lot to go over. So let's go into the Olympia. So obviously this event, when I was planning it in the winter, landed on the weekend of the Olympics. We all saw Xander Schauffele win the gold medal contest, but we also held a contest on the course at Rattlesnake Ridge that to qualify, you had to compete in at least 8 tournaments leading up to this event, which in the contest itself, we used 100% handicap. And coming out of that, we had our gold medal. We had two gold medal winners. So if you guys saw the high jump yesterday, they had 2 gold medal winners sharing. So in the end here, we had 2 gold medals here. And one of us a snafu on my part, but ultimately what came forward was on the course, Marcus Kidd and Jacob Rohr both came in at a net, I think it was 8 under par. And we'll take a look at that contest here. So here's the result of that. Jacob Rohr and Marcus Kidd each coming in at 8 under. We took the silver medal. It's a free contest. It's our contest. So Larry Owen stood second and Preston Harris stood third. So congratulations to those gentlemen, each themselves receiving some prize out of that. And the medal soon to come, slow boat from China. We'll get that into your heads. Hey, man, you guys might be waiting until Christmas, but when it gets here, it's an IOU, right? So you can kind of check on me where we're at to see what the progress is on receiving that. Congratulations again to our medal recipients. But since we kind of cover that contest, what I'd like to do now is go over and discuss some of our flight champions here that are on the call. I'd like to first start with a gentleman here on a winning streak. Not many winning streaks on the season. You know, Cody and Nicholas Flight is on. He has a 2-win streak here. But I'm going to land in our Senior Jones flight. Handicaps are 16 to 19.9, ages 50 and over. Back-to-back wins, coming in with a round of 14 over par, a total of 86, a two-stroke victory. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ken Kraus.
Thanks, Jacob. We had a lot of fun yesterday, and it was nice playing with Frank Miller, and Buzz Radar. Great pair of guys, and just like everybody else on the tour, being that some of us have played the course before, we help the other guy, and it's nice when they do good, but in the end, it's nice when you win too.
Yeah, so kind of a scorecard that looks pretty consistent overall. What hole did you start on?
I think we started on 6, if I remember right.
Okay, so par 5, I take it. Yeah. So you were the furthest from the clubhouse, starting on that par 5 there. Nothing to write home about, but nothing to dial 911 over either. So pretty consistent. Is that kind of the best of what you got? Is that a PB for you on the tournament side of things?
Well, if I had to do it over again, I wouldn't play as conservative on some of the holes. That got me into more trouble than if I would have just brought the driver out, I think. But that first hole starting out, boy, it was a little questionable. Hit my tee shot over to the right, came back to the left and ended up in the trap, but got up close enough to the green to chip over and make an easy 2-putt to get out of there with a bogey. And that sort of got me started. And that was the story of the day. When I did get in trouble, I got out and made some successful bogey putts from some distances. So it kept me right in there. And Frank and I went back and forth all day, right until the end.
Yeah, it looks like particularly you kind of stretched yourself out with a little bit of a lead. It looks like you had a margin there, finishing that back nine there. But then, yeah, coming in, man, if you guys are finishing here, the double finish, you kind of held him at bay with that 2-stroke victory.
Yeah, I was hanging on at the end. When you're almost 70 years old, you got to conserve your energy, and you get to the end of the day. Sometimes your nerves wear down, and so do your muscles.
Yeah. Well, you spoke of that camaraderie in your group. It's great when you have great cart partners, players within your group, and especially someone that's in the hunt. You're both kind of going back and forth. You're watching each other shots, and then kind of like 3-4 holes to go, it kind of gets quiet in the group, don't it?
It does sometimes, but they're great guys, and it's hard not to keep the conversation going. And you're out there and you're competing, but you're cheering on the other guy too.
Yeah.
And you feel bad if he does bad.
Right. Yeah, mutually, man. You kind of not only just are a golfer, but you're also become a on-course therapist. Sometimes you're encouraging someone to stay in it. But that's complimentary of the guys that's on the tour. We have a great member group, man, and you're experiencing that. Others are doing the same. So once again, I want to reach out and extend a congratulations to you. Nice win, your second in a row, a round of 86, and defending season champ from 2020. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a golfer's clap, Mr. King Kraus.
Thanks a lot, Jacob. Thanks, everybody.
All right, stay on the line, hang around, kind of watch what's going to happen here, and congratulate the other champions there on the call. Okay, we'll go to our next contest. Looks like one of our champions is kind of approaching dessert, so we'll let him keep wolfing down his food since we have that on record. We're going to play this back and watch how you slurp all that up, man. Oh, man, what a good laugh. All right, we're going to go to our next champion here that's on the call. Guy here who got introduced to the tour, kind of connected with one of our coaches. But was it below 90? I hope I'm saying it right. And found his way and kind of navigated what courses and what tournaments he'll be able to participate in. And it seems like won't be for long until we see him again, but it looks like it's going to be somewhat of a pause. This guy here fell on a short stick last event at Mount Vernon. He kind of came in with a 3-way tie. We unfortunately could not play a playoff on the course. He ended up resulting in a net third. And then here we are now for his first win on the season. Put out an awesome round, a 5-over par, 3-stroke victory. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Matt Cowden. Matt?
Yeah, thanks, Jacob. It's been quite a journey. My first year on the tour, Van Rome, above average golf 89, just to get it right for you there.
Thanks.
He's a good buddy of mine. Encouraged me to give the tour a shot this year, even though I have small children and I can only play in a handful of events just due to my schedule with them. And but I got 4 events in this year, and 4th time's the charm, right? I finally figured out how to do it. I've been working pretty hard over the past year to correct some swing flaws I had, and I wanted to put it to the test this year and see if I could make it happen and put it all together for a week. And yesterday, I'll say yesterday's round was not a perfect round. I shot a good number in the end, but I probably had my C- iron game as far as par 3s go and approach shots. But it was course management 101 for me is what made the day for me. There was a lot of par fives where I knew I wasn't going for it in two. I kind of know my game. I hit 4 or 5 iron off the tee. I hit another 4 or 5 iron and got a wedge in. I mean, I did that on some par fours too, where I didn't know where I was going. Obviously, it's my first time I ever played the course.
Mhm.
So when I know where I'm going, I keep the course in front of me. I hit it down the middle, and I just figured it out with the second shot, and that's what I did.
Man, the
it's
sounds of the sound of what easy sounds like. Hit it down the fairway with a nice little 4 iron, another 4 iron.
I mean,
Welcome in.
that's a club where I can hit it 210 down the middle, pretty much guaranteed. So if I need to hit a fairway, I'll just hit it 210 down the middle. And if I have an 8 or 9 iron in my hand instead of a wedge, so be it. I'll take my chances on hitting that green and making a par that way.
Just your storyline. Just your storyline made me hatch an idea in my head, and sometimes they're good or sometimes they're bad, but we should put together an all-call scramble team. When you got guys like you talking about, just laying up 4 irons, 210, I'm sure we can put hell of a team together and take down some good outings.
It's funny, the guys in my group, they called my brand of golf boring.
Yeah,
so
that's what boring is.
I've worked for the past year to make my game more boring, because it used to be boring at all. Duck hooks off the tee and all that fun stuff that I was doing before. So I'm very happy to be a boring brand of golf and just plod my way around and make pars all day. That's what I'm doing these days, and I'm pretty happy to do it.
Well, nothing boring about your story. Getting you here. The last time we had this kind of conversation, you very inspiring. The weight loss, the body transition that you've underwent. You're over 50 pounds of weight loss in the last 5'5", right, since last year. So truly inspirational. So you're certainly getting used to your body now on the course. Truly telling as to what it takes, and if it takes a couple rounds in these kind of conditions and the pressure packed moments. Congratulations to you, man. Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
So once again, congratulations, Matt. Your first win on the season, 4 events out of the Hogan flight. Again, 5 over par, 77, 3-stroke victory. Ladies and gentlemen, golfers, clap Mr. Matt Cowan. All right, stay on, listen to your fellow champs, and then kind of stay tuned and watch what's going to happen with these the rest of the segment. All right, so we go on to our next champion. Looks like he just wrapped up his 5-star 4-course meal. This is not only our silver medalist out of the Olympia contest, but it is also our next champion. It's the Watson Flight, handicaps 20 and above. Our defending 2020 Watson Flight Champion Golfer of the Year, a round of 16 over par, 88, a 4-stroke victory. Ladies and gentlemen, from Grove City, Ohio, Mr. Larry Owen.
That's Jacob. That's why I just treated myself to Waffle House. So
Is that what that was?
that was Waffle House.
Breakfast for dinner? Was it breakfast for dinner?
No, it's a chicken dinner.
Okay, chicken dinner.
I like the chicken. Yeah.
Okay.
No, so
All
that's
right.
my big.
Well, Larry, excellent round, man. I think I was tracking the leaderboard, obviously following Golf Genius to make sure it functions well for the players and monitor where everyone's at on the course. And I saw, I think early on, you were at a good number with many holes already played. So start with what hole you started on so we can kind of see that, and then tell us about your round.
Started on hole 4.
Okay.
And didn't start good. It started like all my rounds. My body's always stiff. It takes me a few holes to get going. So I'm dribbling shots off the tee and, shaking it all over the place. So
yeah,
I started off kind of bad, but through the first 5 or 6 holes there, I did get 3 pars out of it.
Mm-hmm.
On hole number 6, I had a lot of help from the tree by the green because I drilled the tree right at the green, and it put me within 5 feet of the hole for a birdie putt.
Oh wow!
And I just lipped it out, but made the par. But then, after that, on hole 8, I started. I had about 6 pars over the next 7 holes or something, I think. Which is that's
pretty impressive.
Yeah, that was a pretty good run. And like I told you at the end there, this is my personal best tournament round.
Yep.
So,
Well, I'm gonna bookmark you here for this conversation. You know, Matt, this is what exciting golf sounds like. You hear that? Drilling it off the tree and bouncing it close for a birdie.
yeah,
I've been there before. I know all about it.
yes. I hit the tree. I had no idea where it went. And then we got up close to it. I'm like, why are there 2 balls on the green? Did somebody leave the ball behind or something? So
See, that's exciting golf, right?
That's mine sitting there.
What's up, buddy?
But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I looked at my round last year here. I shot a 98 last year in this tournament. So just a bit of an improvement.
Bit of improvement. You know, to me, I shot one of my better rounds here at Rattlesnake as well. And I really think that favoring that low score for myself on this course was the conditions that we got the, you know, touch, roll, lift, clean in place because of the showers that we had just before.
Oh, definitely.
So I mean, as an amateur, it wasn't that much rain. Yes, we're playing Monday morning quarterback looking back at the day, but when you're in that moment, you just don't know what spots on the course are safe or not. And as much confidence the staff and grounds crew gave us that you can still just leave it down, I'll never take a chance on that one.
Right.
So.
No, that's definitely a plus, being able to lift, clean, in place.
So do you have a 4-iron from 210 in your bag?
Yeah, actually that's about what I hit my 4-iron.
That's about what it is. Yeah. That's kind of the high end, the further end of what's in my bag too. So,
yep.
So coming in though, you know, so you started on 4, right?
Yes.
So after, you know, those last few holes where you kind of like, you know, just keep it in play, because I start seeing some squares on your scorecard. What was happening?
I just wasn't hitting the green on my approach shots. I was just off the green, so then I was chipping and 2-putting for bogeys. Those approach shots coming in, and yes, finishing on so what I finished on 3.
Yeah, that's not an easy hole. That's not an easy
3. That water, I did everything I could to stay away from that water.
Yeah, those are not just some easy finishing holes. You know,
No,
I would say, you know, 18, it gets tight. You know, you really got to, you know, on that window on the approach of that par 5. One's a very intimidating tee shot.
Oh, one. That's the other one that I drilled off a tree back into the fairway. It was going to the range. My drive was heading into the range, and it hit a tree and shot straight back into the middle of the fairway.
See, Ken, I know Ken's up there. I know Ken had some health, you know, concerns, some very scary health concerns early in the year. And when you have a 4-stroke lead like Larry and Matt, you know, playing it right down the middle, when you pipe it off when you go on boomeranging into the tree, your heart skips a beat.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, because then I followed up my tee shot on that par 3, that second hole there, and hit it off the hosel up into the heather beside the green. Then I'm up in that heather, climbing up in there, and I actually hit it out of there. So.
And you had your life partner with you had share with you, right? She was
Cheryl's
all
there.
this, right?
Yep.
She's is she nursing you along, watching leaderboard, kind of? Or
she was. See, she's like, that doesn't really bother me. When I'm golfing by myself, I don't look at it. I look at it usually after the 9th hole, and then maybe the last hole or 2, I'll check again to see where I'm at coming in.
Mm-hmm.
But she's the whole time just telling me where I'm at.
Is she there? Is she there?
It doesn't bother me. It's not that I care. It's just when I'm golfing, I don't usually look at it without her.
Is she in the room?
Oh yeah, she watches Corey the whole time and tells me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, once again here, congratulations on your round. One of your personal bests on the tour. 16 over par 88, 4-stroke victory. Ladies and gentlemen, golfers clap, Mr. Larry Owen.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go ahead and collapse that real quick. Skip back on over to kind of the agenda to stay on what we're discussing. So we'll take a snapshot of the champion point standings here. So we'll look at the 3 of you. We'll return to looking at Mr. Kraus here. So Ken, with your victory there, 450 pointer there, and you said you were playing with Frank, right? So what that win has done has resulted in a very narrow margin, probably, you know, probably the smallest margin that we currently have of all flights, 20-point lead over Ken. So he kind of flip-flop spots there, and very interesting to see how these next two events will play out. Obviously, you know, the race is wide open. It's anyone's, you know, a flight to win, but unnecessarily you can kind of control your own destiny. So good luck with that, man. And if you're not playing Stone Lick, you certainly can skip that lead with that 1900 win point value at our tour championship. So take a look at it, Mr. Owen. You know, once again, defending champ here out of the Watson flight. You had some of these guys playing in this contest, so you know you got a healthy 735, right? Now, if you're tracking the point system, if you have a 700 point lead, if you finish second, it's virtually yours to win, right? But if someone is trailing you, I think like Darryl Stewart, if he were to, the scenario has to happen where he would win the tournament, but you would have to finish third or worse. Okay, so again, nothing's not locked in. You still have to compete and kind of watch. And as we arrive to the tour championship, all the points, the top players in each flight will be paired together. At least for day one. Day one, all flight leaders will be paired together. Day two, it will be the round leaders, day one round leaders together. So it's kind of a mixed bag of how those pairings are going to shape up. And then we want to jump on over to the Hogan flight here. Let's see, Mr. Cowden, like you said, you haven't had many events. This is your fourth event. It's only tallying 2 because it scores the number of tournaments in this flight. Okay. So if I kind of expand that down, you see your 4 events with those points, but again, it only tallies the tournaments currently in the flight. It's just way the logic of the program. Okay. But unlike the other 2 there, you know, because of the series, the number of events, you know, you're certainly landing in down here in the middle, and you kind of won't be with us for the rest of the year, but you know, returning next year, how this is all being calculated. All right. And as we just take a look at it, if my man out there, Tim Jameson's watching, he still has a point lead, holding on. He was a point leader last year going into the tour championship. We'll see what happens this year. He's waiting a whole year to get back in this moment. So we'll see what happens. All right. So next we'll go into the low net stroke play. So we had our Elite 8. We had 8 players on the course competing in this year's edition of the low net stroke play single elimination tournament. So what it does is it pairs up, takes everyone's handicap. And right here, if the differential is 7 strokes, the result is Ken Kraus. I think you won by 3 strokes net. So you advance on to the next round, which the next round, our final 4 will be day 1 of our tour championship at Westfield North. So again, it's Westfield North is the next matchup, and you will be head to head with Mark Paluzak. And our other matchup will be Preston Harris versus Bud versus Radar. You guys got any questions with that? Ken, you got any question with that, man? Let me get you off of mute there.
It's been interesting to watch. It's you know, not something you really don't have time to watch it on the course.
Right.
Although you might take a peek now and then, but you know, there's so many things to think about on a golf course. If you think about the wrong thing, boy, you're in trouble.
Right. This is kind of it's a great contest to be a part of, but it's more of a flash result, either at the end, right? You're not really paying attention to it, like you're saying. But nonetheless, you advance into the next round. Congratulations on that win, and good luck on the rest of the matchups that you have in that contest. Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Next here, we'll go into the social media bonus. Let's get that rolling. So the social media bonus, as this is now the 4th time in which an incentive has been offered out to those who play in the tournaments. Whereas once we kind of, you know, day before up until 6 p.m. today, if you like to share your experience, post photos onto the social media platform Facebook, and when doing so, you tag the Capital City M Tour tour page, your name will appear and be eligible to be on the wheel. Now, what can you win? Well, it's up to $150. We'll have 3 spins, each valued at $50 a spin. And it's just basically giving you an incentive, just like the PGA Tour does for its PGA Tour players connecting with the public. So I figure out, hey, why not our tour, right? So Larry, you were one of our big winners last week. You know, of the 3 spins, we landed on your name twice. So good luck to you. And each of you on this call. Ken, you're on the wheel. Matt, you're on the wheel. So once again, this is just a way of me saying thanks to you and a chance to win some dough, right, guys? All right. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and do our social media bonus for the event at Rattlesnake Ridge. This is our first spin. Here we go. First winner, $50 is Tony Burbridge. All right, so Tony's name still stays up here. What we'll do, we'll go ahead and shuffle the names again. We see Tony's name is up here, was one of our first winner. Still have 14 entries on the board. Here's our second spin. Our second spin, $50. Social media bonus is, can we get Ken on the board? Oh yeah. First time, man.
Hey, easier than a 10-foot putt.
And I saw Larry Owen, who is Corey Owen's dad, kind of buck a little bit right there, skipping his name on the pie right there. So that's the first time, real time, man. We got someone live on this session that their name appeared on the wheel. All right. So again, Ken, you're still on the board here. You appear now in the results over here on this tab. And I'll go ahead and shuffle for the last and final spin. Here we go. Third spin, $50 social media bonus for. Come on, Matt. Can you get it, Matt? Oh! All right, Van Rome. All right. Well, we're spreading the wealth, man. That's the whole idea. It's pretty exciting for me. I know it's exciting for you guys to kind of see this take place. Congratulations, Ken. You got $50 more, man. So before we head off into wrapping this up, gentlemen, Ken or Matt, let me get you, Matt, because this is kind of be your last, piece with us. Share with us and others who will watch this later, what's the experience been like and how you enjoy the tour and why do you think it's so unique and good, man?
It's been fantastic first year for me. I wish I could play in more events. I really do, but I'm hoping to sneak some more in next year. So I'll work on that over the winter time. But the experience has been great because it's just the competitive juices for me. I live for that stuff, man. I mean, the jitters that I get on that first tee, just like everybody, I hadn't felt that in 15 years since I played back in college. So I love it. I'll continue to do it as long as I can. So thanks for the opportunity. Really appreciate it.
I'm glad you received the experience, man. Heartfelt. I really appreciate it. Thank you for saying thank you. And on behalf of myself and all the members on the tour, you kind of run across a great group of guys. You know how to connect with me and anyone else. If something comes up in the off season and you're reaching out, look for some stuff I think you'll be able to participate in later. All right. Thank you. Ken, man, what's it like before we hit this wrap up, man?
Well, playing on the tour, it's just like Matt said, you get those competitive juices flowing, you get excited, and boy, I can't lose another 30 pounds. I've lost 20 pounds and feel a lot better after my heart attack. And we're doing great.
Yeah, man. And I know you got a great collection back there. Before we got on here, you were sharing us with your mirror ball collection and your old golf clubs. This is what I still have this right here. I don't know if you can see it well enough. The camera might pick it up, but you gifted this to me at our first event. So I just high five that back to you.
I gave you some of the golf ball markers.
Yes, you did.
A collection that I have. I have some duplicates that we get rid of every now and then. So I was happy to give something back to you for all that you've given to us.
Man, that's powerful. That's thank you, man. Well, it stays right here. So it's like my little golfer shelf here. So it's right there. I don't have a great display like yours, but I'll work on that one. All right. Well, thank you, Ken, for the kind words, and again for the gesture behind the gift there. Larry, what's it like, man? This is you behind all the events this year. You're winning. You're in the lead. Let me get you off of mute, man. You're eating Waffle House and all that stuff.
That's right.
Chicken dinner, winner, chicken dinner,
Chicken
man.
dinner. That's right. No, I enjoy it a lot. It's nice that you have it flighted like this, so hackers like me can actually get some competitive golf in. Because I mean, I've grown up. I've always been big into bowling. I've done these tournaments bowling all over the world, all over the country, and that's always fun. And then being able to do this in golf, it's a blast. I love it.
Excuse me. Yes, it's we get some collegiate guys. We had a female last event, collegiate. Once they kind of get outside of the organized, OH, SSA tournaments, collegiate, there's no level of competition to get what each of you described, that energy and those juices flowing on that tee. Matt talked about since 15 years. And to find something like this for the game that we love, organized, structured, benefit to you, paying out well, trophies personalized, wheel of names and all this stuff. I'm trying to have fun, and I think you guys can see the youth behind it, but also see the seriousness in it. So good stuff, man. So we're under 3 minutes here. I just kind of like to preview what's coming up next. We go to our joint event with the Queen City Amateur Tour down in our Cincinnati market area. Stone Lake Hills, a great public course. If you've never heard of it or never played it, our tour is going there. And we play on Sunday, August 15th. Registration is still open. Fields is filling up right now. You see that right there. It is a joint event, but if this is your outlet to hear this first, I don't handle the purse. I don't do the registration. So it's up to you to directly register online or reach out directly to Matt Johnson. So he's the feeder for this event. So just understand that, but I'm more welcome to help if I'm the guy in the middle. So I can understand what parts you may not know about that. So more than willing to help. But then shortly the week following that, we arrived to our tour championship. Man, do I love this course. And this is a 2-day event, north on Sunday, south on Monday, quadruple point event, season Indy Tour Championship. A lot will be at stake. We're talking champion golfer of the year, a lot of hardware, not just for the tournament, but for the overall season. We got the Low Net Championship that's going to end there on that second day. And then what just a remarkable place for us to be hosting our tour championship. Nowhere I've seen in all 4 corners of the state or anywhere afar is hosting an amateur level event at this course. I mean, it's just, you'll pinch yourself when you're there. I can't, I just love that place, man. So that's again our tour championship, Sunday, Monday, August 22nd, 23rd. They do have a lodging on site. We do have a good group rate. It's called the Westfield Inn. So, make your reservations now for that Sunday night into Monday. And gentlemen, do you have anything else before we roll up? Any reattacks, alibis? We're T-minus 45 seconds.
No.
Nope. Thumbs up. Good to go. All right. Well, on behalf of all the members on the Capital Sammy Tour, I'm Jacob Bridges. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We look forward to seeing you on the course. Until then, take care. Hit them straight. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.